Hi everybody. So what I want to share with you today in this video is just the beginning use of WeVideo. Now of course I've been trying to do a little bit with it. I'm really just getting started with it, but let's just take a really quick look at the basics, how you could open up WeVideo, record a video of your screen, save it, and then be able to use it with your students during a lesson. So I've already used WeVideo, so it's here in my recent ones, but if you want to find it, it's here in my productivity. So you can open it up, and then when it opens, go ahead and sign in using your Google account when you sign in. I've already been signing in with my Google account, so it automatically goes to that. This will be the quickest and easiest way to do it. So go ahead and sign in. Now the nice part about WeVideo is that you can save some of your videos here within their storage for a short amount of time. However, I will tell you that if it was me, I would go ahead and store them to YouTube or download them, and then you can download them onto your own hard drive or an external hard drive so that you can save them. The nice part about putting them on YouTube is you can make them public, and then you can use that website, that address, and you can let your students go and look at the video, or you can actually in Schoology embed it, and I'm sure in Google Classroom embed it into a lesson as part of what you're doing. And we can talk about that a little bit later in the easiest way to do that, but that's the nice part about what you're doing here. What we're going to use is the recording button here. If you've already got a video done, you can use the video button here. Now there's a couple other things you can look at. Projects, if you've got a project that you're working on and it's an existing thing where you're building more intense or more stuff, you can go into the projects. A lot of the stuff is saved here, whether they're individual or groups. You have your media that you've already done, things that you've exported and already saved into, and then group stuff. Let's say that the science department is doing a group video that they're sharing and they're doing different things. You can use that here, and what's nice is that you could say that Maz could do one video, and then Katie could do another video, and then Leslie could do another video. You could all save them here, and then through the editor you could actually splice and put them together and do some interactive stuff, which would be kind of fun. It's one way that you could use WeVideo. So that's one reason why you might want to do a create a group thing, and we can definitely talk about that later. But for right now, let's just go back to the dashboard, focus on doing a simple recording. Now I like doing the recording because I do some stuff with my Surface where you can use the screen, and I can do math problems using my Surface right on the Surface, and also talk about what I'm doing and save it. I can also do some other things where I can pull up an assignment and talk the students through it. I think this will also be really nice as everybody has access to Adobe Acrobat in the way this year that you'll actually be able to use fillable worksheets to where students can actually write on and fill in a worksheet that you would create, whether that worksheet is a math worksheet or whether you have them do a writing assignment and then you have them turn it back into you. That'll be one of the things you can do, so you can use this to help give instructions on what that might look like. I haven't seen the new Adobe Acrobat for everybody, but I know that Jen Johnson has gotten it ordered for the district, and each person will have their own personal license this year. So definitely take a look at using that. If you like Adobe Acrobat and you like using that, whether we're remote or in person, let us know so we can renew the contract for next year. Otherwise, if you're not going to use it, let us know that too, and then we can eliminate that cost from our budget. But back to this. So go use the screen. Now you could use the webcam here, have somebody look at you, and you could give directions. Well, you're showing your bright and shiny face. That's not for me. Screen, this is what I like to use. You can also use the screen in a webcam where you have a picture-in-picture, where we put the picture of you in a corner and then it would show your screen. That's totally up to you if that's what you want to do, but we're going to look at the screen. So click on next, and once you get that done, you want to go ahead and just use the default microphone, especially the ones we have in Surface Pro. They're really nice, they're really good, and they pick up really well. So now once you've done that, you can have it pick up the entire screen of what you're using and then move throughout the tabs. You can do an application window, and so you could pick the application you want to use, or you can use the browser tab and actually pick what you have open and what you want to see. In this case, I want to share with you what I've done with my Google Classroom, or not my Google Classroom, but with my classroom in setting up pictures for my Schoology classroom. And so when I go to that and I get ready to do my recording, it goes right into this screen. And so now you can see right here in this piece, I'm sharing the whole screen with you because I want you to see everything that's going on. But this strip right up here, where my cursor's at, my pointer's at, this is where you can see that WeVideo is recording what is happening. And so now you could actually go into presentation mode if you would like. It would go to the whole big screen, and then you could actually begin to present to your students on what it would look like. Okay? So these are the first 4 chapters that I've done with my coding class that I've set up. And so these are pictures that I have in front of each chapter. And then when they click on the chapter, all of my videos and assignments are aligned in there. Excuse me. So then when you get done presenting, you've said everything you need to say, you've given your instructions, then you can click on stop. Now, once you click on the stop button, you can close down this window because this is what we came into, and we want to go back into what we've just recorded. And so this is our preview, so you could actually hit play and see what's going on. I'm not going to go through this much because I want you to see everything that's going on. We don't want to have that in the background while I'm talking to you. Now you can either choose to record it again because, yeah, I just really didn't like what that looked like, or you can save it. Now, when you save it, it shows up here in your window. Now what you see over here on the left, this is something that I'd started recording earlier, so that's while it's showing up. And so now it's taken some time. I've been talking for a while, so it's saving it in the background. Now it's done. Now you can edit it. Now we're not going to worry about editing right now, but you can actually, if you have some blank time or you want to cut off something was at the end, or you decided just to start over and you want to cut off the first 15 seconds because you messed up and you want to cut it out, you don't have to completely restop the video. You can actually edit it out. But when you get what you want, you like it, you can click up here on finish. You can give it a name, and you can highlight it and type in whatever you want and then set it. Now you can choose where you want it to go. Now for me, if I was going to make a suggestion, I would save it either in your Google Drive because the district is already providing you space. YouTube, I would definitely choose to go with YouTube over Google Drive because with YouTube, you can actually embed the video. It will give you what you need to embed it. It's kind of nice. It gives you that picture of the beginning of the video and the play button, and you don't have to go into a different window. It's just there. I would often definitely use YouTube. So I'm going to click onto YouTube here so I can download it. Now it's going to ask me to log into YouTube because I need to link my account. So using my Google account and my Cherry Creek credentials, it's going to ask you manage your YouTube videos. Yep. View your YouTube account. Yep. You want both of those because you need to have YouTube and those two talk. Then when you say allow, now that this is linked, you can export it. Now once you export it, it's going to take a little while for it to show up into the YouTube account. So the bigger the video, the longer it'll take. But the cool part about this is that when you go into your YouTube account, which I'll do for you right now, over here on the left, you're going to see some of your videos. Now, I'm logged into my personal account and my Gmail account. I'm going to sign and switch out. I want to go into my Cherry Creek account. And so you can see this, you'll see this over here with your videos. You click onto your videos. And these are some videos that I've either downloaded from YouTube and set up for my programming class, or a remote learning communication that Mr. Rand had me set up earlier in the year. Some things that I was doing with for linear equations with my earlier class, and then a WeVideo that I recorded earlier. So this is where everything will show up. Now it'll take some time for your new video to show up here, but this is where it will show up. And so when it gets set, then you can click on it and you can watch. This was my first attempt at a WeVideo. It didn't turn out very well, and it ended up having too many bad spots in it, so I chose not to use it. So we'll see if my new one is captured yet. Yep, so here's the one that I just did with you guys, and it showed up here. You click on it, and then once it brings up in this piece, you don't have to watch it for sure, but you can to see if you like the way it presents to the students. Okay, but here's what I like. When you share it, if you've never done it before, you click on share. You can copy this link, and this is what I do. I copy this link, and then when I want to do an assignment in Schoology, and I'll just do this really quick in one of my classes. If I've got an assignment, I go into Schoology. I should have had this one already opened up so it doesn't take your time. And of course, now that I want it to go fast, it's going slow instead of popping up just really quickly. So then you can go into your courses. This is my coding class that I'd been doing earlier. You can do a new page or a new assignment. I like doing new pages when I insert a video, because it's really easy to embed a video here. Give it a title. So this is my WeVideo. Can't spell. Then when you're ready to embed it, you can give it some instructions before, after. But now go to YouTube. So I did that really quickly, so let me back that up. Go here to insert content. This arrow going into a box. Then go over here to YouTube. Now you can paste, and I just hit Control V, paste that address right here, do a search, and it's actually going to go into YouTube and it's going to search out that video. Now, the one thing that I didn't do is I need to make sure that it's approved for Cherry Creek. Okay. And it should be made for the public, so let's try this again. Okay, so once you have used that search and you found it, you can then click on the one you want, and you can come up here and say import, and import as an embed. Okay, now this is important because this importing it as embed, it's going to embed it inside that page, and it's going to show you what that picture is, which is really nice. Now you can do it this way by clicking here, or you can just come over here to the right and import it as embedded. Now what that looks like is you'll see this screen. Now you can sit here for as long as you want and wait for it to show up. It may or may not, But as long as you have a title and as long as you've embedded it, you can assign it individually. Like you might want to give a student some personalized instructions. Another nice way to share on Schoology, where you might want to just give that one student some feedback. Okay, I might be doing this with my coding class to give a student some instructions if they're struggling. You can publish it to all your students. Okay, and then you can display it on a new page, and where if they click on it, it'll open up in a new page and not go into something that they already have opened up. Okay, once you've decided how you want to do it, then hit create, and then it will download it. Now, for me, it's going to show up down here because it's the newest thing that I put, and it always puts what the newest thing that you do in here. Now, the cool part about Schoology, as you guys know, is that once you're in with the course itself, you can just move things around. Now, of course, I'm going to leave this on the bottom. You click on it, and when it opens up, I just want you to see what it looks like. Here's that video, and it's showing up. It's right there. They click on it, it starts playing. They can make it bigger, right? They can go ahead and make it smaller, and so it works out really nice. So let me know if you have any questions, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.